This is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week. We are now starting the fan mail segment of the program. That's when we open up the good old mailbag and see what's in there. See what letters and electronic messages, emails, YouTube messages are awaiting us. So, we'll do that. First, however, getting our glass of water. 12:33 a.m. right now. Getting the water, getting the celebratory VORW Show 100 glass of water. Okay. Two ice cubes. Got one ice cube. Got two ice cubes. 1, 2. Okay. The first thing, another sip of water first. First thing, the VORW question was simply asking about how long you've known of the VORW for and all that. Okay? There's going to be no question for this show and maybe this show only, but you could expect one in the next program. So you can just message me with anything that you really want. Anything you'd like to hear read and responded to in the next program. Anyways, we'll just start up and read because we have many, many letters to get through, so we'll just start here and begin reading, alright? Okay. Dear Based Lecturer, congrats on 100 VORWs. I started watching your videos about a year and a half ago, just prior to when VORW started. I enjoyed your review videos and watched all of the Idle Mind series. I loved the VORW show immediately, and when I started listening, it was the show I didn't know I was looking for. Looking forward to 100 more VORWs. Well, thank you, and yes, you are a familiar face in the mailbag. I do remember you, and glad you're a part of the group that enjoyed the VORWs. Thank you. Dear Report of the Week, I'd like to begin my message by saying that I totally 100% support your Patreon donation program. If people would like to donate, that is entirely up to them. You simply created the infrastructure that allows them to do so. In addition to your Patreon donations, I have a proposition for you. Have you ever considered getting a part-time job either at a grocery store, gas station, or fast food restaurant? I think this could be beneficial to the channel on multiple levels. 1, he writes, you can make some extra cash to put towards the channel/shortwave program. 2, you have easy access to many products since you'd be working a couple times a week. And 3, you'd probably get a nice discount on the product you purchase, which would allow you to save your hard-earned money and again allow you to invest that savings back into the channel. I'm sure whatever decision you make will ultimately be the correct one. All the best. Well, thank you, and nice to see you understand the Patreon, that I'm not trying to shove anything down anybody's throat. That it's just there if they choose to donate, Some people don't see that. Sometimes they'll say, oh, he's going to Patreon, he's an effing sellout. But that's not the case. I just give people the means. If they want to help out, they can. You don't? That's all there is to it. Thank you for understanding. That is a pretty neat suggestion. Pretty neat that you actually thought about how, it could actually work and function almost as perhaps a discount type of thing. Hey, Review Bro. First of all, congratulations on the 100th episode. In response to your question, I've been coming back to your channel for about 2 months now. However, as soon as I found it, I've watched and listened to about 20 plus hours of your content through downloading audio and listening on my daily public transport. I have a few questions for you in celebration of your 100th show. What was your favorite food and energy drink to review? What made it your favorite? Favorite energy drink was Balls. And simply the reason, there's just something about it. Some sort of, just a taste. It's so clean, so well done. Just has an excellent taste of its own, a unique flavor. It just has that mild carbonation, a little bit of sweetness. Just makes that my favorite energy drink. And I love the fact that it's served in like a fancy glass bottle too. My favorite food was a burger from Five Guys. I will say, though, I will definitely say, Steak and Shake is up there. Alright, it's up there. Anyways, that was my favorite from Five Guys. The beef and everything's just cooked to perfection. No real flaws at all. He also asks, how do you film your episodes? Do you go out and get the food and review it when you get home? Or do you go out and get dinner for your family, then take it to your usual spot and review it away from other people? I'm just curious to know. Alright, well here's what I do at least when I'm at the edifice here. Okay? It all depends. Sometimes I'll go out and get the food and then review it when I get home. Sometimes if someone's getting it for dinner, I'll just conveniently kind of hop on the train and kind of piggyback off that and say, can you get me this? And I'll do that. But it all depends. It all depends. Lately I've been actively seeking something out. But one thing is that I enjoy filming, I guess, away from most people. I just enjoy kind of the solitude, with very few exceptions. There's very few people who I really, kind of feel comfortable filming around. It's just that these reviews, I don't know, sometimes I look at them as an embarrassment, but that's my bad mind, that's all. He also says, what is the most interesting thing that happened to you in your life because of starting this channel all those years ago? Well, I can honestly probably write a book on some of these things. I honestly, definitely, most certainly could. And I can go on and on with these because many things have happened because of this channel. Truly life-changing. And some are very, very good things. Others are bad things, Nonetheless, one thing that really changed literally was, I guess, just my entire life. Just thanks to these videos, thanks to VORW, it made me see what field I want to go into in life. I want to go into somewhat kind of like speaking and, radio, perhaps. Number one, that made me discover what job I want in life. And that's a major decision right there, what career you want to go into. Another thing this channel did was simply the publicity from it all. When I started this channel, I remember looking at my first video a week later, looking at how it had 40 views, and I thought that was amazing. To see where things are at right now with this channel is just, sometimes it's unfathomable. To think how I started it and where it is now, it's crazy, He says, thank you, or I think, he says, thank you, Review Bro. I've enjoyed all your content so much so far, and I hope you never stop soon. Regards, SYSC. Well, thank you for writing, and in those 2 months, you were also a familiar face and a regular writer. Thank you for writing. This is a request for the extended VORW show, which will probably be up in a bit. Take probably a few days after this one, just because it's going to take so long to render and everything. But, he writes, Dear Review Bra, wonder if you would play Drinkin' Whiskey Tonight by Pokey Lafarge on your 100th VORW show. I just said you may play some music. He's a musician that plays 50s style music and wears clothing from that era. With that being said, it's a great feel-good song. Keep up the good work. I enjoy listening to your shows. It is a great way to relax. Regards, Harry from the UK. Thank you, Harry. I'll definitely get to that when things get sorted out with that. He says, any plans to travel to the UK in the future? No definitive, drawn out plans right now, but you never know what the future will hold. This person writes, how old are you, Review Bra? Old enough is my answer to you. Review Bra. Glad to see you are doing well. VORW 99 was a fantastic show, and I look forward to the 100th episode below out. Quick question on style. You may have mentioned this, so I apologize if I'm repeating. What is your preference on the collars on button-down shirts? Do you like the button-down, a spread collar, a turn-down collar, or something else? Thank you for answering, and keep up the great work. Usually sometimes I don't like the button-down collars. Not a real big fan of that. Spread collar is alright. Standard turn-down is okay. But I don't really wear button-down shirts at all. I wear dress shirts, and those are a different realm for me. Usually, though, on dress shirts, I usually like a very stiff, probably turned-down collar. Or sometimes I'll wear the imperial collar, which stands straight up, or a wing collar. Those are usually my three choices. Thanks for answering, and keep up the great work, from Nick. Well, thank you, Nick. Hello, I'm a fan from Australia, and I'd briefly like to say I really enjoy your videos. They help me feel a little better sometimes. Keep on reviewing my friends, he says. Well, thank you. Thank you, sir. This person writes, Hello, report of the week. It's been a long time since I've written to you. Congratulations on your up-and-coming 100th VORW blowout. I have made you a video to celebrate. Do with it as you wish. And he has made me this video right here. I have watched it before, and it is actually linked in the description for this VORW show. Thank you, sir. Hey, Review Bro. I've been listening for about 2 months now. I found about you through R9K. I enjoy your work, and I'd like to say congratulations on your 100th VORW broadcast. Bro, I wish you success in this channel, and hopefully you make it back onto the shortwave sometime in the future. I can tell you're really passionate about broadcasting. If I can make a song request for your 100th VORW, I'd recommend Jerry and the Pacemakers, You'll Never Walk Alone. Take care, and keep up the good work. Well, thank you. Glad to have you with us for those 2 months. And I'll gladly take that song request too. Happily will. Again, in the extended version, we'll get that for you as well. Thank you. This individual writes, Hi. He has this picture's avatar. I presume it's a he, because it says his name is Ryan. Of this little kitty with its cute eyes. Hi. All right. Next person. Hello, reviewer. I've been watching your videos for quite a while, but believe it or not, the first time I listened to VORW was the last one you released, episode 99. Anyway, just wanted to say, wish you the best of your YouTube and your podcast/radio show. Well, thank you, and always great to see a first-time VORW listener. I'm glad you were honest. Some people will tell me, I've been around since, 2011, and I'll just see if they made a YouTube account in 2013. I mean, you never know, but still. Some people kind of just lie to me, make it look like they've been around longer than they have, but thank you for your honesty. Great to have you with us here at VORW. This person writes, VORW 100 blowout. Well, I'm a little bit late on VORW, so let me answer the last 2 questions. My favorite book is Freedom by Jonathan Franzen. Is truly the next great American book. Give it a chance if you can. It's a stunning snapshot of America in the Obama era. I've been watching the VORWs since early summer last year, so about 1.25 years, and I've been hooked. Anyways, here's some questions. In a past review, you gave Five Guys Burger a less than a 10. What was the rationale? Well, the only reason I gave it less than a 10 is because, and you can get all deep about this too, depends. I don't give 10 out of 10s. That started as a joke, by the way, to kind of just mimic, a lot of those arrogant critics who think that nothing can be too good. That whole thing started out as a joke, and I just kind of went off about it, and that's where the whole rating scale even came from. I was just kind of joking around when I said that, but then I kind of looked into it, and then I got kind of deep about it, and I said, well, could such a thing as a 10 out of 10 ever exist? Could something truly be perfect? And that's a tough thing to say. I think it can be taken 2 ways. You can say, no, perfection does not exist, right? You could say perfection doesn't exist. It's just never has existed, never will. It could always find some sort of flaw. Even on the most minuscule level, even on a microscopic level, you could find some sort of flaw, right? You can say that could be one thing. Or you could say, well, it comes down to your personal definition of perfection. Perfection may very well exist. Depends on what you define perfect as. So I took it to that, and especially with food. Of course, you could say there's other things where perfection may exist. But in the realm of food, right, I don't think it does. I think there could always be something that's wrong with the sandwich. Could just be a tiny hint better, even if it tastes excellent. So that's why I was given less than a 10. Never going to see me give a 10. Also informing you, they have milkshakes that are amazing. It says let's see. In a small secret menu, you can order a patty melt by ordering a grilled cheese sandwich with a hamburger as a topping, or a double grilled cheeseburger, which is 2 patties, but instead of buns, it comes with entire grilled cheese sandwiches. Heart-stopping, literally, he says. He also asks, how often do you buy new suits, shirts, pants, and jackets? So, how often do I buy new ones? Never. Don't buy new clothing. Do I buy old clothing? Absolutely, but, new clothing, I hate the style, so I don't really, I used to rotate things in my wardrobe. Back in late 2013, I kind of did that. I bought 4 pairs of flat front, more modern cut dress pants, and 2 modern sport jackets. That kind of started, along with a black slim fit suit. Well, not slim fit, but modern fit. Slim fit in my book, and nowadays. And that kind of started replacing my previous traditional clothing. But then I kind of came to my senses personally, and I switched again. I've been selling those now, those items. But, I'll buy something whenever I really see it. So it can be every few weeks, every few months, depends. I'll go through moods and phases. So thank you for writing. Says happy 100. Well, thank you, Nick. Thank you for writing. I know you also are a familiar face. So thank you for writing and just checking in with your questions. Thank you. Hello, Report of the Week. First, I wanted to congratulate you on reaching 100 VORWs, and also thank you for many hours of entertainment you provided. Hopefully there's still many more shows lurking in the future. To answer your question, I'm glad to say I've been listening since the very beginning. I still remember the first Walking Dead episode, and how even though I don't really like the show, I found your musings insightful and interesting. I'm glad you chose to do these shows because you cover a large amount of topics and let us know you a little bit better than what the food and drink reviews usually allow. I won't lie and say I've listened to all the VORWs because I fell behind during one of your particularly productive phases where we were uploading videos almost daily, I believe. Anyhow, it's always a pleasure to see a new VORW in my subscriptions box. For a question, how about, do you listen to any podcasts? If so, what kind and which? All the best your way, my friend. Well, thank you, and that's really neat that you were actually with us since the Walking Dead episode. That is the very, very beginning. Anyways, do I watch any podcasts? I don't. That's kind of surprising. You may say, yeah, but you do a podcast yourself. And perhaps VORW is a podcast, but I don't do any myself. Don't watch any myself. So no, I never really have gotten into podcasting. To kind of, I guess, replace that, I listen to radio broadcasts, and some of those talk ones can kind of be like podcasts, In some ways, there are similarities. Continuing on. Greetings, V of the R of the W. Hope this message finds you in good spirits. As an early backer of the Patreon, I wanted to voice my support towards the money going to the return of the VORW shortwave broadcast. I admit my preference of how the funds are spent is completely selfish. I enjoy tuning into the VORW shortwave program on my radio receiver or on a web SDR, depending on the local reception conditions. It was nice to have a day and time plan for using my radio for a specific program. While I do enjoy your fast food reviews, I enjoy them for your wit and unique sense of delivery, not the actual food item itself. If you were to use the Patreon money to buy a greater variety of fast food to review, it wouldn't really excite me, as you do not eat any of the products you review. While I have nothing against others enjoying the food, I do not partake, and it would wreak havoc with my aesthetics. Keep up the good work. Hoping to hear you on the airwaves soon. Thank you for writing, and I'm glad you stated your opinion. We're honest about it. And we'll definitely see. We'll definitely have to, look at finances at the end of the month. And we'll see how things are looking. Because as I mentioned, there might be a time where I'll be able to kind of work with both. And be able to say, yeah, okay, we're good. We can donate this money here to the channel. And we've got some left over here that'll go to WBCQ. And I did spend a bit of that Patreon money that went towards all the reviews that you saw. But we'll definitely see what works out. And you never know, we might be able to. I know WBCQ can use that money. And I know they put it to good use with Return of the VORW. Continuing on. Finally contributed to your Patreon with a donation of $5 a month. I know it isn't much, but I'm a little low on the funds right now. Anyway, I have a request for a song in VORW 100 if it's not too late. The song is Afterlife by Avenged Sevenfold. I also have an energy crisis request/tip. I noticed a new ghost monster a few weeks ago in my local Speedway gas station. I don't know if you have one near you or if you've seen this drink yet, but if not, I will gladly mail one to you. Either send me an address privately or tell me a P.O. box if you have one. Keep on going strong with you, bro. Well, thank you, and that song will definitely be played, and thank you for your contribution to the Patreon. The ghost monster I've never heard of before. I'm going to do some research on that, and thank you for alerting me on it. Honestly, sounds like a pretty neat one, to be honest. I mean, I imagine it'll be alright, since Monster always actually, I shouldn't say that, but they really do, always comes up with good products, so we'll see. Thank you for writing, sir. Hey, Review Bro. I sent you a message earlier in the week, but I'll just keep this one short. How do you spell your name? John, just a standard spelling. And he also says, what exactly is a Christmas or Thanksgiving blowout? I'm not sure if this is an Americanism, but I can honestly say I have no idea what it is so much of Energy Drink Review number 115, Monster Ultra Sunrise. Made little sense to me. Again, congratulations. That's nothing. That's not any sort of cultural thing, no sort of Americanism, no sort of, I guess you'd say, fad or anything. That's just my own personal little thing. It's a joyous occasion. It's a blowout. It just has to be said as many times as possible. So if anything, call it a review bra-ism, right, or a report of the week-ism. It's just my own little thing. If someone else did it and I'm copying them, I apologize. I didn't know, but otherwise it's just my own little thing. Moving on. Hey, Review Bro. Have you ever heard of a place called Fat Burger? They're out here in Los Angeles, but I'm unsure if they have them in your neck of the woods. If you ever go to one, I'd love to see a review on it. If you Google them, you can take a look at their menu. They have some huge hamburgers. Let's see this. I've never heard of Fat Burger before, but let me look on the map here. Let's see. fatburger.com/home. Okay. And let's see this. Let's see. Find a location. Region, North America, state. Arizona, no, we're not there. California, no. Colorado, no. Hawaii, no. Maryland, a little far. Michigan, no. Nevada, no. Washington, no. New Jersey, let's see that. Atlantic City. Oof. It's a casino. 24 hours. Well, if an opportunity arises to go to that one, then I will, but right now I'm not going to be able to really willingly go there unless I go on a day trip down to Atlantic City, maybe hit the slot machines all day, and then, wrap things up and go to the Fat Burger. But, maybe if I decide to hit the casino at some point, then I'll maybe review it for you. Might have to remind me. Otherwise, my friend, sadly, it does not look like Fat Burger reviews will be coming anytime soon. This guy, I'll call him Pepe, because he has a picture of Pepe as his avatar. He says, "Did you check Boogie2908? He posted a video that looks like you. Have a great day and watch out for those roasties." I did check him out, and I saw the video. It was actually a parody of me, and I think I mentioned earlier in the program, thought he did a good job on it, and I got a few laughs out of it, and I thought it was very, very good-natured. Okay, this is a longer one. I think what I'm going to do is make this VORW into 2 parts. The first part is going to be the history and all that, and then the second part is going to be the fan mail, because otherwise this would be a 3-hour video. People would get discouraged from clicking on it. They'd say, 3 hours? No way I'm clicking on that. But it'll be 2 parts. I think that would be more pleasing to listeners, and it won't seem like it's an unbeatable task. It'll just be like 2 VORWs in one. Dear Report of the Week. Over the summer, I began talking to a girl that I had classes with for the past few semesters. She gave me her number so we could talk about a class assignment, but we soon began to text casually, and it led to flirting and eventually hanging out. I developed a crush on her, and after a few weeks I decided to tell her how I felt. To my surprise, she told me that she felt the same way. We had a really good talk, and it seemed as though things were trending in the right direction. But what worries me is the mixed signals I get from her. I rarely hear from her when we are not spending time together. She does not initiate contact and is slow to respond much of the time, and occasionally will not respond at all. But things seem to be great when we are together. Now that school has started again, I have multiple classes and see her every day. However, our interactions are very formal and businesslike. There's no flirting or affection shown, so it's very discouraging. We've also not hung out in a few weeks, and this is mostly because she has been busy with a new job and schoolwork. She says things will get better soon, but if she really liked me, wouldn't she make the effort to see me? Right now I'm sticking to a wait-and-see approach. I've been limiting my interaction with her and trying to appear distant, and this is in hopes that she'll either start to miss me, or it will reignite her interest, or it will help me get over her. I have a gut feeling that won't work out for me in the long run, and I'll just end up getting hurt. I think it would be best to move on as a precaution to prevent heartache later. What advice do you have for me in regards to getting over this girl and moving on with my life? It's extremely difficult because I see her every day in multiple classes, and I get urges to text her, but I feel that I need to move on. Thanks, and I hope this finds you well. Okay, that letter seemed to be more of an advice piece. I'm always happy to give advice, and I always try my best to give advice in fields, experienced or otherwise. I usually do what I follow my common sense policy, where I put my feet in their shoes, and I do what makes sense, whatever would be common sense to do. In this situation, it seems it could go one of 2 ways. Number 1, she's really busy, and maybe just doesn't have, the even time to, when they're in person, interact. Maybe just wants to focus on things. That may not be the case, though. And I'm not a female. I can't say how people are. I'm not a master FBI profiler. Chances are, it seems like, maybe she just moved on. Maybe she just found someone else. Just kind of has her attention diverted to the work, perhaps. Either way, if I were you, I would move on. I mean, I don't know. Just me being me. If I were in your shoes, I'd move on. I'd try to just find, someone better, someone who would, I guess, devote their attention even when they have other things going on. That's, I don't know. It's just what I'd rather want. And believe me, you look hard enough, you'll find someone. I'm sure you will. That's my advice. On to the next. He says, "Hi. I am a channel on YouTube, obviously. I need help for a video. I just need you to say a few words for me and I'll be okay. It's just for another channel trailer. You'll also get more publicity. Even though I don't have a great amount of subscribers, I get a lot of views on my videos for how many subscribers I have. If I put my mind to it. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. Thanks." Well, I'll think about it. Thank you. Thank you for writing and thank you for your offer. Dear review bro, I've been a fan since your Domino's review went viral, which I believe was a few years ago now. Yep, 2 years. Almost 3. I've watched every video since. I just want to say thanks for the entertainment. You're a classy fellow, and your honesty in front of the camera and with your viewers are qualities to be desired by any legitimate entertainer. Keep it up. Sincerely, Patrick. Well, thank you for writing, Patrick, and thank you for your compliments, and great to see that you've been around with us since the Domino's review went viral, which was getting close to 3 years now. January 2016 will mark the anniversary of that. Actually, November of 2015 will mark the 3-year anniversary of the video itself, because the video was filmed in actually early December of 2012. Hey, I was just wondering that if in your reviews you could also go over the price and if it's worth the price you paid, etc. Well, I guess you don't watch the whole reviews. I guess this is one of those, I don't know. Shouldn't make judgments. Maybe he's one of those guys who just watches the first minute of a video and skips out of it. So if that's the case, then he won't be listening to this. But if you are, I apologize. I don't mean to stereotype like that. At the end of every review, I do cover the price. I always look at the receipts and check the price. I always mention the price and if it's, standard market value, underpriced, overpriced, all of the above. So I do cover the price in every every review. I mean, if you want me to go about it longer, I mean, we'll see. I always thought I covered the price sufficiently, and I never got a real outpouring of people saying, yeah, talk about the price more, but thank you for your feedback. Always appreciated. Hey, review bro, just an idea for the 100th VORW. You could do a fan art section showcasing many of the appropriate fan arts you receive. As with the VORWs, you tend to only show one piece of fan art, so perhaps maybe a section showing the fan art and discussing each piece briefly, or just throughout the show different ones. Just an idea, though. Would also like to make a request for the 100th VORW. It is called Dans Mes Villes by Desiree. Thanks. Thank you. And normally with the fan art, typically I just usually pick out one piece to show out for the show. Though in these shows I've been showing a few. Kind of alternating pictures, the few ones we get. And, all good so far. Good idea, though. Maybe like a little art gallery type special, maybe. Maybe we'll try that out. Talk about each fan art piece one day. Wouldn't be bad. We'll see. Hey, Report of the Week. I'm writing to say how much I've enjoyed the new reviews, and especially how frequent they have become. I've been a big fan since 2012. Yeah, your name does seem pretty familiar, and I never miss a single video. I have recently started listening to all the VORWs all over again, because it's interesting to see how they have progressed over time. I'm glad that you have stayed so devoted to this channel, because your fans are clearly devoted to you, and I am no exception. If you could please give a shout out to... Oh, sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. He wants me to give a shout out to Tyler Ingold and Courtney Callan again, a very formal and official shout-out from the Report of the Week here on the 100th VORW Blowout. To Tyler Ingold and Courtney Callan, thank you guys for sticking with the Report of the Week, and thanks for hanging with us since 2012. Definitely been here a while, so thank you. Maybe you remember the early days of the channel, but either way, thanks for sticking with us throughout it all, and glad to have you here. You have been shouted out. He says, my girlfriend and I have been huge fans for quite some time. Keep up the great work, and thanks for all that you do, from Tyler Ingold. Well, thank you for writing, Tyler. On to the next, getting to the end of the YouTube messages. Hello, sir. If you ever find yourself in Chicago, I'd like the opportunity to film a few reviews of you. Keep up the great work. You are an inspiration to us all. Cheers, from Kaylin. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be in Chicago anytime soon, but you never know. Never know. It's at the, what do they call it, the Windy City, right? Back in 2011. It was pretty neat. Dear Report of the Week, just a few questions. If you get rid of any one law, what would it be? Gosh, if I can get rid of any one law. Well, I don't know about laws, but there's this one. This is just for me. Just on a. I mean, yeah, I can get really controversial and political with this and start a war in the comments section, but I'm not going to do that. So I'll pick out one that really will draw no conflict. There's this. It was made in, I think, 1948, that banned the Voice of America from being able to broadcast domestically. And that is outrageous, but they did it so that it didn't become a national propaganda radio, or a national propaganda station. So it wasn't like, I guess, the Nazis with their radio broadcasts back in World War II. So, VOA doesn't target North America or the U.S., and that's kind of annoying, because I really do like their programs, and I wish they would come in better sometimes. But, that's just something there. Though they thankfully do send out QSL cards my way when I write reports. I have 3 from them now, so that's nice that they send them. But I get rid of that. He says, 2, if you had the power to make one animal extinct, which one would you choose? Any animal extinct? Oh, gosh. There was... I can't think of one on the spot, but I mean, I would pick any one of those. I would do careful research, find one that is only detrimental to an ecosystem, that would not screw up the food chain, would only make things better. And there's plenty that are like that, so just have to pick up one pretty much. If you went to a bar, what alcoholic beverage would you order? Anything with Red Bull, we'll say. And how do you like your eggs cooked? I'm not really picky about it, but I usually get them scrambled. Usually scrambled, but I'm not picky with the eggs. As long as they're cooked by someone who knows what they're doing, I can't complain. I'll just have them however. He quotes at the bottom, Macho Man, or Macho Man, I want to be a macho man, from the Village People. Hope you have a great day, from Nick. Thank you, Nick. And I do remember you as well from years back. Well, not years back, from last year. If the VORW shows, your avatar picture always struck out to me. So I do remember you as a regular writer. Person writes, Domino's! Exclamation point. I have an inside report from a Domino's chain manager that there is a new brownie/cookie thing incoming next week or so. Keep your eyes peeled, review bra. Love the reviews. Well, thank you. And I'll definitely keep them eyes peeled for it. And definitely keep an eye out. And if there is, well, I'll try to be one of the first to review it. And if I am the first, you could say, you can give yourself a little pat on the back and say, yeah, I did that. So I'll keep my eyes peeled and definitely keep fast food watch and see what's going on. Thank you. Checking the emails now. That's all for YouTube messages. You can contact us at our email addresses, repweekinterview1, the number 1, no spaces between those words, @gmail.com, or vorwinfo, no spaces between that, @gmail.com. You're awesome. Hey man, I'm Beast Beezy on YouTube. I love all your videos about my favorites and VORWs. Listen to them every night before I go to bed. It's relaxing and awesome. I was wondering if you could do them more frequently. Not that it matters. I still love them, but I'm always looking forward to the new ones. I was also wondering if you could tell us more about yourself. Thanks, Report of the Week. You're awesome. Well, thank you for writing, Mr. Beast Beezy. And glad you write them, and I'll see what I can do if I can get a little more for you. But you know, we'll keep pumping them out. Definitely get to 200 eventually. Thank you. Here's a picture to celebrate the glorious 100th episode of VORW. We'll be very happy if you use it. And I did use it back in the previous show. You can see it. You skipped around, you'd see it. The picture was used. Thank you. I like it. Honoring the 100th, like how it stands out in color, the 100, over that black and white background. That's one of all my faces, and then the 100 there. I like it. Thank you. Report of the Week. Hi, we make an awesome new product that men love, and he put that in bold. Been a big hit. Get us at. What does he want me to review? What does he want me to review? What is this guy? Business. Trackline belts. A belt loop? I don't know if we do belt loop reviews on Report of the Week. I'll have to see. Kind of confuse a lot of people if I've just reviewed food and drink and then I start reviewing belt loops. Just gonna mess up the whole game, you know? Hey Review Bra, it's a little late, but thanks for stating my question back in VORW episode 90. Do appreciate it. Anyways, this message isn't much, rather than me just telling you congratulations on reaching VORW episode 100, or if it's past 100th, nonetheless, congratulations. Also, I had a minor question that is simply this. What are your favorite genres of books? I've always liked to read science fiction, horror, and mystery. Stephen King and Jules Verne are some of my favorite authors. Just thought I'd ask. Once again, congratulations. Hope this message finds you in good condition. I always like, part of me likes non-fiction. Just because those things actually happened. You know, you can look and you can think, read this incredible story, and then you can say to yourself, you know, that really happened. It's kind of amazing when you really think about it. It's like non-fiction, but also science fiction, mysteries, some horror. I like all the genres, really. Alright, this guy said I missed the message, but now I gotta sort through it. Let's see. Alright. Sent July 23rd. Gear Report of the Week. My friends and I enjoy your show, not just for the reviews, but for your lecture series as well as your Walking Dead video. Hope to see more in the future, if you can. If you still like suggestions for reviews, my buddy and I said it would be a good idea to review a Red Robin burger. If you have a location in your area, you could do the Red Robin nearby. And I wish to try something a bit more adventurous. I first suggest the Red's Tavern Double Fiery Ghost style, which is a burger with pepper jack cheese, spicy sauce, as well as raw and fried pepper slices added on. Personally, I think it's much better than the regular, but then again, I just really like spicy foods. Either way, I think Red Robin would be a good choice if it's available. Another review suggestion, perhaps, too, might branch out in your Energy Crisis videos to specifically include more coffee drinks. Since you're known for being into radio, I have a question about that. My friend Letty, who also likes your videos, was talking about having a crystal radio when he was younger. Although I've never heard of them before, I'd like to know your opinion regarding them. Thank you for reading this. Have a nice day. And keep up the good work. Crystal radios are just very simple. Simple radios right there. Kind of like, almost like little kids' science fiction toys. Could be those, and those are now, but back in the 1920s, crystal radios were also used as more primitive and serious radio sets. They can pick up various frequencies, mostly just analog. They can be tuned around but they mostly can pick up AM and shortwave radio. Also says, can you give a shout out to our friends Jerry, Linda, and Aunt Michael. Silly nickname, but it would be appreciated. Sure thing. I apologize if I butchered any of the names. I give Jerry, Linda, and Aunt Michael a very formal and official Report of the Week shout out. Thank you all for writing. Okay. Got that. Okay. I like your videos a lot, and I think you do a great job reviewing products for other people's benefit. I only have one question, and it's, what is your current employment? I review things. I'm a reviewer. That's what I do. I saw you reviewed 3-way Berry Max Rip-It. Thank you for doing so. I've been a huge fan of that brand for years now, and I can vouch for its effectiveness as a late-night delivery driver, driving through 4 a.m. What I wanted to ask is, if I were to send you more flavors of Rip-It, would you be willing to review them? They're incredibly inexpensive, which is why I'd be able to obtain about 10 or 12 different flavors if you are interested. Let me know one way or another if you're planning to review more Rip-Its in the future. Above all, the best flavors are the F-Bomb, which is cherry and pineapple flavored, and the CYPX Tribute, which tastes like an orange creamsicle. Thanks for the time, from Chris, a longtime fan. Rip-It is a great drink, and I wish they sold more, but those are just great. They're just great. Report of the week. Would love you to test Fly Grip on your smartphone. Sorry, don't have a smartphone. Next. No. For immediate release, in all caps, 20-inch quesadillas arrive in Chicago. Well, that's just great. No other message than that. Just in the headline, the title. That's it. 20-inch quesadillas. That's a big-looking quesadilla right there. How'd those get in? They roll in like little wheels from a tire? Or do they slide in? Or are they driven by the truckload and were they flown in? But they have arrived in Chicago. It's excellent news. It's just incredible. This is the kind of stuff that just changes lives right here, people. Thank you so much for letting me know about those 20-inch quesadillas. Finally, our very last letter for VORW Show 100, and then we call it a night. Hello, Review Bra. Firstly, in regards of Patreon, I'd prefer you focused on YouTube rather than your shortwave broadcasts, purely due to selfish reasons. I must admit, I'm never up to listen to you on shortwave, given I live in the UK, and I think VORW is a good compromise, and I thoroughly enjoy your show, regardless of your actions. I will find a way to listen to your shortwave broadcasts, should that be a result. I've been listening for 6 months, give or take, to VORW, and I love listening to them before going to sleep or whilst I am going to sleep. I only listen to you and a man who broadcasts on the weekends here on one of the national radio stations, and podcasts never usually have excited me all too much. However, yours have always engaged me and made me feel happy, even when I'm full of glum. For that, I can only thank you. I very much empathize with you, and I find you to be a most agreeable person. It is saddening we never met. There's very few people, if anyone, I felt such a connection to without speaking directly. You are a fine individual and even a finer broadcaster. For this reason, I wish you would be succeeding in breaking into some sort of path, if that is the path you wish to take, and hope everything goes well for you in your life from this point, or at least that you recover better than ever. I have 2 questions if you wish to answer, and if you don't, that's fine. I'm only writing to thank you, but my questions are, you still had education? And what are you working towards, if anything? No, I'm not in education right now as I speak. But I'd like to get into radio one day, perhaps. Radio broadcasting. That'd be nice. He says, I hope this receives you in good spirits. May God bless you. All the thanks from Luke. Well, thank you for writing, Luke. And you have the privilege of being the final letter on the VORW Show 100. Thank you for writing, Luke. Thank you so very much. Subreddit is what it is. And that's all that we got. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. This is VORW, the voice of Report of the Week, and this is VORW Show 100 Blowout. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to write to us. Keep the next show going. This is a special, longer show because it was the 100th. So there are 2 videos, the first and then the fan mail section. So thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, want to just write to us, want to hear your message, your shout-out heard on the next VORW, want to see your fan art showcased on the next VORW, simply message me via YouTube. youtube.com/user/report of the week. Go to the About tab and send me a message. Feel free to comment on the video too. And also email me if you so choose to do so. Email me, repweekinterview1@gmail.com. That's REPWEEKINTERVIEW, the number 1, no spaces, at gmail.com. Or VORWinfo@gmail.com. That's VORWINFO@gmail.com. Message me, email me, contact me. Hear your voice on the next VORW. Thank you so much for listening. It's been a pleasure. Incredible this is the 100th VORW show. And to that I say, I welcome many more. To 200, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, the Report of the Week. Thank you so much for listening. Take care. Good night. I wish you all the best. And until next time, goodbye. This is the voice of the Report of the Week, signing off.